Congressman Chuck Fleischman's office may help you.
Hi, I was wondering if you could give me an ETA on when Congressman Fleischmann will be doing a town hall in Chattanooga.
I don't have one for you.
Is that something that he's considering? Is that on his agenda to discuss at all?
We're actually doing a telephone town hall in the late spring. We haven't decided yet because of his busy schedule, but there'll be some more information. If you'd like to go on our website, you can put in your information and we'll send you all of that updated.
Do you know why why the congressman doesn't want to do an in-person town hall? I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, we have an insane schedule right now. With the House and Senate both being Republicans, we are trying to push forward the agenda that the American people want. We are doing that every single day. So it is very, very busy up here.
Sure, but the agenda that his constituents want, theoretically, that's the most important agenda, right?
And that's what he's doing, exactly, yes. The majority of his constituencies do support his actions.
Do the majority of his constituents support not having a town hall since 2011?
Yes.
They do. You think that the majority of the people who live in the constituency of Chuck Fleischmann agree that they would prefer not to have in-person town halls? That's what you think?
Yes, ma'am.
You think that that is what we want? We do not want our representatives to come and chat with us. We don't want them to know us or even show up in our district. We would just prefer you go off to Washington.
He's actually there right now. He shows up every week. Just the most of the individuals asking, almost every single one of them are in the minority or do disagree with the congressman.
Really? You think that most people want to chat with him, disagree with him?
Absolutely.
And so, in your opinion, is it that when people in his constituency disagree with him, that's a place that he should not be?
No, ma'am. But most of the people are very hostile and do not actually want to have a discussion. They just want to yell about the president's actions or his actions, which, like I said, they don't support anyways.
Can I ask you what you're basing that on, seeing as how he hasn't had a town hall since 2011? 14 years.
Yeah, these are callers every day. I mean, we've had some very very unpleasant calls, and it's become very regular. The individuals wanting a town hall have been very unpleasant towards us and the congressman.
Do you think that there might be some culpability on the congressman's part that he refuses to do a town hall?
No, ma'am.
So you think it's all on the constituents who want their representative to show up in their community and account for what he's been doing on their behalf in Congress? It's the constituents who are at fault, not the congressman. Just so I'm clear.
Ma'am, the individuals asking have not supported the congressman. They will not support the congressman, so they should be no surprise that he's delivering on the promises he campaigned as well as the president campaigned. I mean, I understand that there are some frustrations, but they shouldn't be surprised whenever he does actions he says he was going to.
Can I back you up when you said the vast majority of the people asking for a town hall are the people who do not support the congressman? Is there a way? How are you coming to that conclusion? Is there some sort of statistic or some sort of?
Every single person that has called asking for one has said that they do not support him or his actions.
So you think because people aren't calling who support the congressman, people aren't calling and they're saying, I love him and I want a town hall. So that's the basis for most people don't care about town halls. Just so I'm clear.
Right. The ones that do support him, ma'am, don't need to get up and yell at him at a town hall.
How many of the congressman's constituents do you think call you at all? Like as a percentage?
Oh, we get hundreds of calls a day, ma'am.
So how many of that what would you say that's a percentage of his constituency? 1%? 10%?
Most of them are all constituents. Is that what you're asking?
No, what I'm asking is how you could base that your constituents don't want to see you in a town hall based on who calls or doesn't call. I'm asking how you've come to the conclusion that the majority of people who want a town hall do not support the congressman based on something that isn't necessarily reflective of that. But just because someone doesn't call up and say, I want a town hall and I support the congressman, you're saying that it's not a valid request because the people you've heard from are not in his camp. But my question is, how do you come to the conclusion that the majority of the people who support him don't want a town hall?
Because they take the time to call, ma'am.
But you're saying that they don't take the time to call. You're saying they have not called you to say we don't want a town hall. They haven't called at all. right?
No, ma'am. They see him in person and they say that he's doing a great job. And
yeah, but you're talking about, listen. When you say that, you're talking about groups of 10, 5, 20 people, 30 people. You're talking about prearranged meetings with people who happen to be in his constituency. You're not talking about a place where anyone could show up and from the constituency, correct? And so it would be as though I said, I called a bunch of people to my house to have a dinner party and they all support me. Well, yeah, of course they do. Well, I'm, as an elected politician, your job is not to just talk to the people who are your fans. Would you agree with that or no?
Right, ma'am. Like I said, those individuals that support him and his actions, they don't need a town hall because they keep up to date with what he does. The individuals wanting a town hall are not wanting answers. They just want to yell at him, or they want to hear exactly what he's doing against the Trump administration, which he supports.
Yeah, so I'm asking you personally, not the Congress. I'm asking you. And by the way, my name is Nicole. What was your name?
I didn't give that information.
Oh, okay. Well, my name is Nicole, and I'm asking you what you're basing that on. You're basing it. How can you possibly make that statement and act as if it's true? You actually don't know if people who support the congressman want a town hall or not, because there's been no, you haven't gone out and surveyed people. You're just saying that the few people he's met with are saying good, thumbs up. So you don't know if they want a town hall. Is that correct?
No, ma'am.
No.
The individuals that hear from him and they support him, they don't want a town hall. They understand what the congressman's doing and they applaud him.
And so again, I reach back to you. In order to make that statement and it be true, you would have had to actually talk to all the constituents to make that a true statement, which you haven't. And secondly,
yes, ma'am, he does. He does that every single day.
Hold on. Are you suggesting that Congressman Fleischmann has called every one of his constituents to ask if they want a town hall, and all the ones who support him have said no?
I did not say that.
Okay, so just so we're clear. So my second thing is that, are you suggesting that when a congressman assumes that people dislike what they're doing, that they no longer have to account to the people who they disagree with? Is that what you're suggesting?
No, ma'am, but like I said, the minority of constituents who do not support him are wanting this town hall, not for answers because they know exactly what he's doing. They just want to yell, or they do want to make things hostile, and it's just not a safe environment. These people are not going to change their minds. I assume you're not going to change your mind on what the congressman supports, but you do want answers on why he supports the agenda that he has set forth.
What I would like as one of his constituents is a congressman who just shows up in their district. When Congressman Womp,
he's there right now, ma'am.
Yeah, and doing what? Is he meeting? Okay, great, fantastic. Is that a meeting I can attend?
They're not public.
Exactly. So that's where we're talking about. So let's just both agree that you understand what I'm saying and I understand what you're saying. So you don't need to say something back to me that is not true. I'm not permitted to go and sit in these meetings. Therefore, he's in the district meeting with people who are likely donors or people who support him. That's fantastic. I think that's wonderful. Congress people should do that. They should also meet with people in their district who maybe don't agree with them. That is literally one of the most American things I can think of. And you're telling me that the congressman feels unsafe to be in his own district with people who don't agree with him. Is that what you mean?
I didn't say that, but having an event with only individuals that do not support him, and just from what we've heard from the phone, there's been countless people use very, very terrible language. They've been very hostile towards myself, other staffers, and the congressman. And there's absolutely no way that we can ensure his safety in that. As we've seen some sort of town halls across the country, they've become very violent.
Whoa, hold on, wait. Can you name me one town hall that's become violent to a representative?
Yeah, absolutely. Representative McCormick and also Representative Harshbarger, they've seen some very violent individuals that needed to be taken out.
And that no. What you're saying is you heard people who were angry and they yelled and the police came and removed them. So I need to understand how that's violent. Violent to me.
When you are threatening or risking the public information or the public officials' information, and you're wanting to go out there and just make things hostile. It doesn't help anything.
Well, I guess my question, I couldn't agree with you more, by the way, but I might posit that when you spend 14 years not meeting with anyone in your district, that anger builds. It does not diminish. And that it might.
That's just not true. I mean, it's not true. He does that every single day. Like I said, he's meeting with constituents. He meets with people that they don't agree with him, or he doesn't agree with them at all, but he does that. Now, setting up a forum where only individuals that have very, very strong opinions.
But that's not what a town hall is. A town hall is just anybody can come.
Right, but those individuals that do come are individuals that don't agree with him. I assume you don't agree with him from what I'm gathering.
Well, I think that's an interesting assumption, but I haven't said anything to that effect, but I think that's an interesting assumption. I think it's interesting that wanting my representative to be in my district and meet with people in a public format is in some way counterintuitive to this congressman. It makes me hostile to him. Is that what you're suggesting?
No, ma'am. But like I said, most people, almost every single one of them that have called have been very aggressive towards the congressman, or they have been very hostile towards myself. You've been fantastic today. I do assume that you probably don't agree with him, or probably not all the way. I could be wrong. But like I said, most people have either demanded what he's going to do with the Trump administration, which he does support, or they are very angry with his actions, which he has promised on his campaign. He has promised for over 10 years that he's been in Congress to be doing. And he is working with both sides of the aisle. He's not an individual member of Congress that only goes one way or the other. He does like to work with the other sides of the aisle.
That's cool. I guess I appreciate what you're saying. And let me just also say that I have been in your position. I have been in a position of answering phones for a congressman and having to hear what people have to say. And so I appreciate that has probably been a real tough job for you and for many folks. But I also just cannot stress enough how that we're kind of eroding away what we claim our democracy to be about. If you're telling me that an army of police officers and his security detail cannot keep him safe from violence, actual violence, not just disagreement, arguing, then that is like a bigger concern. So I don't think that that's really it. I think if we're being honest, I think that the congressman knows he can keep getting elected and not do town halls. Right?
Well, I can't speak on that specific thing because that is political, and I can't talk about his specific elections. But the congressman has no security detail. Capitol Police is not going to be there. It's just him, his staff, and those individuals. So, there is no sort of protection there. So
you're telling me that you think that the Chattanooga City Police would not come in and they would refuse to be a protection for the congressman? That's what you think would happen?
I can't speak on behalf
exactly, because we haven't had to try. We haven't tried. So I'm just saying, like, if the congressman did really want to come and do a town hall where he could hear the opinions of people who both agree and disagree with him, I'm absolutely certain, without a shadow of doubt, that police could be there to provide whatever protection he thinks he needs. I think it's a false equivalent. I think it's just a straw man to say otherwise, just because he doesn't have a Capitol Police detail. Wouldn't you agree?
No, ma'am. That's what I told you.
Okay, so if I'm to understand you, there is no appeal that anyone in the congressman's district could make to get him to do a town hall, a public town hall.
We are doing a telephone town hall, like I mentioned, but with his busy schedule, we can't do one in person.
Mm-hmm. But you said he's in the district, but he can't do one in person.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so just want to get it clear one more time, which is the only town hall that the congressman is considering doing is one by telephone, and I assume by invite?
No, it'll be open. Once we discuss, we're still discussing how exactly to do it. We want to make sure that every individual from the very top of the county all the way down to Hamilton County can attend, all the way into Polk County. We want to make sure that gets out. So we have set up an informational pop up on our website. As soon as you go in, you can put in your information, and we'll send out a mass email once we have that.
But this telephone or Zoom call is the only thing that's on the docket. There's not any plans for a physical town hall, and nor will there likely be. Correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Well, thank you for giving me that information. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. I hope you have a great day.
You too. Cunt.